Wiggle with Wiggles Outdoors, and it's time for another Warrior Tribe Challenge. The Warrior Tribe is a group of individuals who train constantly to better themselves at all bushcraft survival and even urban survival related situations. It's to increase your survivability in every situation there is to make. Go check it out. The link is in the description below. We also have a free Facebook group. It's masstactical.com, and the Facebook group is in the description below. Go check it out. So today's today's Warrior Tribe Challenge is to identify 3 different trees, or this week's Warrior Tribe Challenge is to identify 3 different local trees, 3 to 5 of them. And what I'm going to do is actually separate this up into separate videos. We're just going to do one tree today, something local to my area. I live in southwestern Virginia, and I know the tree I'm going to identify today is not directly local just to this area, but it is local to more of the East Coast areas and even farther out than that. But it's got so many great purposes to it. We're going to check it out today. Backstory to the foot here. I actually broke it the other day. Evolution MMA, training with Primal and some other guys from Mass Tactical. And a little interesting story to that, you know, wasn't really because I kicked anybody or anything like that. I was just being awkward and landed weird, but totally broke my foot. And just showing you guys to show you that you can't let anything hold you back. You got to keep pushing no matter what. Survivability doesn't wait on you, so you just got to keep pushing through and show that you're the stronger one out of the bunch. Let's go for it. Don't let anything hold you back, guys. Can you guess that tree? Based on just this leaf alone. Now, these leaf identifications do not work during the fall, so it's a good idea to discover what branches look like as well as bark. But during the summer and spring months, you can usually tell by the leaves, and it's a lot better. And even with this tree, late fall, you can even identify it because it holds its leaves for a very long time. What tree is this? This is known as a sugar maple. It's a very common tree, especially near water sources. You can identify this by the leaves on it, which has 5 points. The 5 major points on this, for example, on this one here, or let's use this one here. You have this back point, this point, this point, this one, and this one. So you have 2 in the back, 2 in the middle, and then 1 at the end. 5 points on the tree. There's no teeth because the rumor goes it's a sugar. It's had so much sugar that it lost its teeth. That's one of the ways you can identify this. The bark looks like this. You can usually look at the tree there. This is a very young maple, but it's still growing pretty old, so that's how you can identify the bark with that. It's still hard to identify the bark of a maple tree, even during the fall and winter months, just because it is very common looking. But this is a sugar maple. Now the edible qualities of this, the young leaves are actually edible. You can toss those into a type of salad. The helicopters that usually grow on this tree, I'm trying to look for them now, I'm not really seeing any. But the helicopters that grow on this tree, the seeds are very edible. And the helicopters are those little spinny things that fall down. They actually look like this. You can eat the seeds out of that. Don't eat the outer helicopter part of the plant, however. You will possibly get sick. I've just always been told never to eat that. The branches itself, when they're young or early spring, they're sprouting these leaves. They produce these little pods on the end of them. That's also very edible. White-tailed deer, moose, several animals actually graze on these tops of trees. And during the fall months, they turn a very beautiful color. Some of these are already starting to turn a little bit, but it's a little early for that. So these are just kind of dying. But this is pretty much the color that they turn during the fall months. Let's see if I can focus that in with that leaf not moving. They are incredibly beautiful. The medicinal properties of the sugar maple is that it is a blood tonic, it's a diuretic, and an expectorant. It's been used for many years to help do things such as supposedly treat blindness. You can use the syrup to help treat your sore eyes. So maybe if you're having like allergy issues or something along those lines, you can potentially use that to help fix your eyes if they're runny or red or anything like that. It's also used as a cough syrup. You can make it to help alleviate your cough, and if you have diarrhea, it's really good for that as well. Medicinally, it's an awesome plant. It's kind of common, the things that it uses for, and it's also one of my favorite trees besides the American basswood or the willow even. But the sugar maple is a very awesome tree. Get out there and see what you can find. I'm going to go ahead and cover the rest of these in a separate video. Make sure to stay tuned. Go down below, like, subscribe, and comment. And check out the description below for the links to the Warrior Tribe, as well as the free Facebook group, Master All Survival Knowledge, Mass Tactical. And you can even go to the website, masstactical.com. Peace out, guys.